Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I know that you all have the capabilities of viewing all sorts of things on TV, on your phones, on your computers, tablets, all of that kind of stuff. And so I just want you to know that I am very grateful and appreciative that you decided to join me here today. And it is my intention that you get something useful out of this show, that you know you matter, that you know I value you, that you know I see you, because I see souls and hearts in people, and I see their highest good, their highest potential. And I have so much love for you. And I am so grateful that you are here because, as Sri and Kira always say, together we are better. And that is so true. And sharing our stories with each other, going back and reflecting on how far we've come. I had an appointment earlier today with Sri. And if you've not ever done an Avesa medical intuitive with him, I highly recommend it. They are profound and amazing. And it's something I'm really excited about learning myself to be able to offer to people, where you tap into someone's energy and you can kind of feel the little nuances that are going on in their body and where they may have some issue that they need to pay more attention to, draw more focus to that area to figure out what emotionality, what trauma, what patterning that's not the healthiest for you is going on, that's creating some discomfort or condition or disease or ailment, uh, so I had this with Sri, and the first time I had one was last September, the very first time that I went to Ecuador. I've been there 3 times now at Toza Blue Mountain. I love it. I can't wait to go back this September. And if you are on the fence about whether or not you should come, please do. I would love to meet you in person. I would love to see you there. And I guarantee it is something that you will be so happy that you did, that you invested in yourself, because every time I go, I expand, I lift even further and clear away even more of the limiting beliefs or dogma or patterning or habitual things that limit me, that have kept me from becoming who I want to be and having the life that I want to be. Because we are constantly co-creating, right? We have the divine within us. You have the divine within you. You are a powerful manifester and co-creator. So pay attention. This full moon that we just had in the sign of Aquarius was so powerful and very much about reflecting on where you are in your life, having that self-reflection, looking back to where you've come from in the last month, in the last 6 months, in the last year, in the last 10 years. You are not the same person you were a month ago. You're not the same person you were 5 months ago or 12 months ago or 20 years ago, right? So look back and celebrate. That's my challenge for you this week. I want you to look back and I want you to celebrate how far you've come. And that's what I was starting to tell you about my experience with Sri of the Avesa Medical Intuitive, that my second session that I had with him just earlier today, and comparing that to last September, when I was very early on my divorce journey. I was only a couple months into the process. Now everything is culminating and I am coming to completion, to where I'm going to be changing my name. Sometime in the next few weeks, you will see my last name different. It is going to be Sunny, but spelled Sunne. So you will see Dawna Sunny instead of Donna Ostermeyer on things. So if you're going to look to connect in the future, my website will be out, even though it's not completely done. I don't have all the content there. I am going to get that out because I do want to connect with you, and I want there to be multiple avenues to connect on a regular basis. And so I'm going to put myself out there more so that I can connect more with you and with more people in general, because that's what I feel called to do. That's my heart for service, and that's what we're here for, is to find out and discover the many gifts that are unique to each one of us, to share in service with humanity, with the world, with others. And a lot of that comes from you could call them the traumas, the unpleasant experiences that we have in our life, right? The abuse, even if you had a wonderful childhood, I'm sure that you have had some traumas, issues in adulthood. Most people have had both. And typically something happened in their childhood that set them up for a limiting belief that really does not serve. That is just limiting progress, limiting their life, limiting and blocking them from being who they authentically are and really shining their light bright. Because we all have so much to offer. And I'm so excited to be aligned with so many of you incredible people, and having been able to interview several of you, and I look forward to interviewing even more of you. So those of you that have expressed interest, I will be reaching out to you in the next couple of weeks to schedule in the future to be on my show, because I really want to talk to you. And I have a few other people that I am going to try to get on my show. And if you watch some of my previous shows, please go back and look in the archives. You can find the great interview that I did with Elizabeth Yarnell, the naturopath that's out of Colorado, who has an incredible program for helping you figure out what foods are irritating your system. And it's not necessarily an allergy. It can be an allergy, but if a food is irritating your system and causing inflammation, it can interfere with your digestion. It can interfere with your absorption of nutrients. So you might be eating, but feeling very hungry still, not feeling satisfied, struggling to lose weight. All of those things are based on inflammation, not necessarily the calories. I know we were so conditioned to believe that it was calories in versus exercise output, right? We were taught that it's a numbers game. If you take in less calories than you put out, you're going to lose weight. Well, that does not always work. That is not always true. And it has to do with, what is your body absorbing? Is your body absorbing those nutrients? And that goes back to, do you have a lot of inflammation built up inside? You can be a very skinny person and be very unhealthy. Or you can be very obese and be healthy, but have extra weight. And it all goes down to absorption. How is your body absorbing the nutrients? Is it efficient and effective at absorbing those things? So it is a balancing act, and every body is different. Every person's DNA makeup is different, and what your body needs is different than my body. So are you being mindful? I know we've talked about this on previous shows that I've had. Are you being mindful about what you're putting in your body? Do you ask your body, what would you like? I've gotten in the habit of, like, whether I go to a restaurant with friends or I'm here at home preparing something for myself. I will ask my body, what would serve you the best? You know, is it the salad with these vegetables and nuts on it? Or is it this harvest bowl full of other nutrients and vegetables and so on? I ask my body what it wants because every day is different, right? Every day I'm doing different things and I'm outputting different levels of energy. And um, sometimes it's a more mental day. Sometimes it's a more emotional day. Sometimes it's a more physical day. And I know you know what I mean because I know that you go through the same thing. So I challenge you to take a moment before you eat anything. And whether you want to pray or not, that's up to you. But just say thank you to the food for providing you the nutrients that you're about to take in. And ask your body, does it want that? Is that food going to be of highest service for your body, highest supportive? Is this going to support your body the best? And of course, and I know you've heard me many times talk about water. Water should be your favorite beverage. Water should be the thing that you are consuming the most of because your body is 70% water. And as we have been learning, my dog is chiming in, Marlo, come here. As we've been learning from Veda Austin, and if you don't know who Veda Austin is, go check her out. Veda Austin, Austin. She just came out with a new book and she's got all these incredible photographs of communication through water, communicating with water, and how water has a consciousness, which makes total sense. And our bodies are 70% water. So it's important that we replace that water with more water. It's important that we are conscientious about the quality of the water that we're putting in our body, the quality of the foods that we are putting in our body, the quality of thoughts that we're putting in our body, the quality of talk that we say and that we allow to be said to us. Because water has a consciousness and it absorbs that energy, it absorbs that frequency, it absorbs those levels of the energy of what is being put out. So if we are around a lower frequency people that are, or situation where it's very negative, where it's very scarcity mindset, you know, there's not enough, life is hard, you have to work super, super hard to make any money. And, you know, people have to have multiple jobs to get by and there's not enough of something. If we're living in that scarcity mindset, we make it a lot harder on ourselves to have the abundance we want and to have the life that we want versus believing and trusting in ourselves and in the universe that and God that we're going to be provided for, that the opportunities are going to come up. They're going to come into our consciousness level. They're going to come in and we are going to have abundance and unlimited possibilities for sharing and serving. And that life does not have to be as much of a struggle as we've been conditioned to believe that it is. I just want to shout out to Angela. Hi, Angela. Thank you. And if you did not watch Angel's interview a few weeks ago that I did, please go back and look at that because Angela's story, Angel, her story is incredible. And I cannot wait for her book to come out that she's writing on the water for children, her and the series that she's putting together. And her work with the waterbearers.org. If you don't know about that, please go check out waterbearers.org. They are this incredible group of mostly women that go around, they fundraise and raise money to take filters into villages around the world where there is not clean water for drinking. And isn't that if our bodies are 70% water, don't we need clean water? Yes, yes, to support our bodies. And the waterbearers.org are doing incredible things at helping these women improve the quality of their lives by having clean drinking water. Some of these women are able to now produce fruits and vegetables. They're now able to sell them and make an income that they were not able to do before. And before, they had to worry about their safety, because many times they would go get water, which was a long ways away, sometimes a couple of miles away from where they were living. And they had to go get that and haul it back so that their family had clean drinking water. And too many times, these women were being raped or murdered or brutalized, things that people should not have to go through to be able to have clean drinking water. And the waterbearers.org is helping to provide that by providing these filters free to these women around the world. And imagine the trickle effect that is having on their families, on their spouses, on their children, on their communities. I mean, it's really unlimited, and it makes me so excited. So please, if you have spare money, donate it, because it only takes like $5, I think, for one of these filters. And that is incredible. If you think about the power of water and what helping someone, helping a family, helping a village obtain clean drinking water, the impact that it can have, it's huge. And isn't that what we're here for? Aren't we here to try to impact each other for the greater good in a positive way? That's what I believe. And that's what I'm trying to do here. And I'm so happy that you're here and that you've come across this video. Whenever you came across it, it's the right time. I do trust in divine right timing. And I do believe that everybody comes across my life and everybody comes across your life for a reason. Even though it might be difficult, even though there might be pain associated with a relationship that you're in or that you come across at some point, and you don't stay in a relationship with someone as long as you thought you were going to, and that's painful. You know, change is not always easy, and it's not always what we want, right? Nobody goes into a marriage thinking, oh, I'm going to get divorced, and no, you go into a marriage, you go into a partnership, you go into business, you go into anything like that with the idea that it's going to be a success. You have dreams for it, you have goals for it, you have plans for it to thrive and be success. But as we grow, we change. Change is the only constant. That is the one thing you can count on, is that you are going to change. And either you're going to change intentionally by doing work on you, working on your shadow side, going within, meditating, looking at what are those limiting beliefs. And if you need a program to help you do this, to dive in deep in yourself, I highly recommend Navigating the Inner Matrix with Sheree and Kira. They are doing that right now. This 9-week series is incredible. And I would highly recommend it. It is transformative. And it really helps you to take a strong, hard, open look at discovering What is at play kind of behind the scenes in your subconscious? What is that monkey mind doing when you're not paying attention to it? What thoughts are percolating around in there that you don't even realize that are limiting or blocking you or holding you back from being who you are meant to be and sharing who you are with the world, sharing your gifts and talents with the world? I know for me, it's been fear. If you've listened to me at all, you know my story. You know that I was put through an exorcism at age 3 that had some sexual molestation along with it, under the guise that they were clearing the devil out of me. I was a pure, innocent 3-year old. I did nothing to deserve that. What that did was that conditioned me, and I created a belief that I could not speak my truth. I could not be who I authentically am. I There was something wrong with me having communication with angels and guides and with source and with spirit, with God. That there was something wrong with me sharing that with others. That there was something wrong with me, that I somehow was not good enough, that I was not okay. It wasn't okay. It wasn't safe for me to be me. And so I blocked being me for a very long time. And even when I had those memories come back of remembering who I am, that I have these gifts, that I have the ability to see and communicate with angels and guides, and that I was given these gifts to serve others, to use as a source of help for others, to help them with insight and clarity and guidance. It's not me. It's the gifts that from the divine. I'm just the tool, the conduit, the person for sharing this. And I'm grateful for these gifts. And I have been working really hard, especially this last year with Sri and Kira, on really expanding and reconnecting my gifts so that I can serve you better and I can serve the collective better. And I love, 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 as I was saying about Angela, I love how she walked through her fear of putting herself out there and writing her first book. That is something to celebrate. Yes. And that's it. So what are you going to self-reflect on? What are you going to celebrate this next week? I want you to look back on this year. Look back on this last month and then take it further. Then go 6 months, then go this last year. Look at how far you have come in some area of your life. Probably multiple areas. But I'm sure there's at least one area in your life that you have gotten closer to your goals. You've gotten closer to your dreams in that area. So celebrate that, because that is going to make it grow. Whatever you focus on is going to grow. So if you put negativity out there, you're going to get more negativity back. If you put more blocks to your abundance, more blocks to your growth, more blocks to your dreams coming true, you're going to get more blocks. You're going to get more things that are going to come in to stop you until you learn that you have the power to break free and to break through and to walk through that fire, to walk through that block, walk through that door, and co-create, make your dreams come true. You are that powerful. You do have it in you. You have everything that you need to be who you truly want to be and to achieve everything that you want to achieve. You have it in you. I know that. And I believe in you. And I can see that you have an incredible heart and that you have many, many talents that you've not even discovered yet. And it makes me so excited to hear stories like Angels, to hear people sharing their journey and sharing their discoveries, sharing their inventions, sharing, coming together and collaborating and creating incredible things. Clinical Linda, thanks to Linda and thanks to Jim Onek, whose vision it was to have that, along with Sri and Kira, who helped make it happen through so many of us, so many of you out there donating and participating in the different courses. Monday Magic, are you on Monday Magic? And if you're not, why not? They're posting it out there on YouTube and Facebook for free. You can watch it on Sundays when they used to do their live show. They are posting the recording of Monday Magic from earlier that week. And that has been such a profound book study. But it's more than a book study because we don't follow the book from start to finish chronologically how it was written. Kira gets guidance from the Saint Germain, where to go and what we as a collective need to hear at that moment. What an incredible blessing. And I think I'm back. Sorry about that. It has been a lot of interference with my internet connections the last few weeks. And I don't know if it has to do with the construction that is going on right out here in the field next to where my apartment is, or if it's just my apartment complex issues. I'm not sure. One of my good friends, Jim Onek, suggested that I get a little portable Wi-Fi booster or connection from Verizon, which is where I have my self-service through. And so I did order that. I thought it would be here yesterday so that I would have it for today. But it has not come. So I'm hoping that it gets here in time, gets here today so that I can get it ready for next week, because I apologize for the internet issues. I know Sri and Kira have had a lot as well. I know there's a lot of interference, but I am putting out there that I'm not going to have any more interference, that we're going to be able to continue this show and get the message that needs to get out there said. And what I just go with whatever I feel guided that people need to hear. And I trust myself. I trust this. And I hope that I'm back on and that you're able to, that we don't have any more interruptions. So to my session with Sri today, it was so cool to see how far I have come with some of the issues that I was having back in September to where I am today. That was reassurance and a in looking at self-reflection, it was a confirmation of the work that I have done since last September and before that, honestly. So my marriage was a great lesson. It was a great teacher. My ex was a teacher. He played his part so well in helping me evolve. And I have nothing but love and appreciation for him, and I wish him well. I do want him to be happy, and I wish him well. And it was um, about how I don't need to place or say that that was wrong, because it's not. It wasn't wrong. I learned a lot from it. It looks like I'm frozen on the screen, and I apologize if I am. Anyway, I'm going to keep going, and hopefully you're getting something out of this. Hopefully you're getting it, and it's going okay. So I was talking about how I don't know what this is. See if that's back to normal. I was saying how Sheree and I were talking about how you don't have to, when you go through trauma, when you go through an unhealthy relationship that you participate in, I participated in mine. It's not about saying that it was wrong, because it was a lesson. It helped me refine. It helped me be tempered, like that samurai sword that goes into the fire, that gets heat to transform, that starts out a blob and then has all this pressure and pain, so to speak, put on it to refine it to that beautiful sword. And that's what this life is about. This life is not meant to be all piece of cake, sail through easy, no challenges life, because the challenges and the disappointments and the loss are how we learn. It's how we grow. We have to have the dark and the light. We have to have the negative with the positive. Appreciate the daylight without the night, and vice versa, right? And there is beauty in the darkness. There is beauty in our shadow side. And I challenge you to go back and reflect on how far you've come. And if you want to tell me, I would love to celebrate with you. Send me an email, post a comment, let me know. I would love to hear from you what's happening with you and in your world, and how far you've come and what changes you've made over the last year that you are celebrating the path that you're now on, because you took that look, because you made that, because you faced your fears and walked through them and believed in yourself, in who you are, to step forward and say yes I know I am the master. I know I can do this. I know I can trust myself. I know I can trust myself to make the right decision. I know I can trust myself to do what's right, to do what I'm called to do, to help other people, to serve other people. I know I trust myself that I will know when I'm being guided and where I'm being guided to. And everything is evolving, everything is changing. So, are you allowing yourself to be pushed around, or are you taking control and making the changes that best serve you? Because we are changing whether we want to or not. It's, are we being the victim in the victim triangle, or are we lifting and being the teacher, healer, mentor, and taking control of what those changes are? Not that we can control our life, we cannot. There are so many things outside of our control: the weather, other people. The only thing we can control is our attitude, how we want to something. You know, we can choose if it's going to be a bad day or a good day. Now, we can't choose the outer circumstances and how other people respond to us, but we can choose how we want. We can take a moment, and if somebody's being mean, if somebody's being ugly, if somebody's trying to bully, we can take a step back, bring our hand to our heart, take in that Ave Sa breath, and think about what would be the highest good response. And then comes love, love of ourselves, love of others, compassion for people that are hurting and that are just trying to get a rise out of you so that they can feel vindictive, or they can feel validated. Because so many times people just want attention, and having negative validation is better than no validation. So many people feel invisible and like they don't matter. And that's sad to me, because everybody matters. Your story is worthwhile. It's worth telling. It is a blueprint for someone else that's struggling with something similar, that's behind you on the path of evolvement. So share your story. Let people know who you are. Let people know what's in your heart and what your beautiful, amazing soul is about. Because it is. It's both beautiful and amazing. And know that we have 5 planets retrograde right now. So this is, and the moon, the full moon that we just had, is in the sign of Aquarius, which is about community. It's about thinking outside the box. It's about doing things different than we've always done. A belief is a thought you keep thinking. That's all a belief is. You can choose to change a belief at any point and time. And if you have not done the exercises that, if you don't know who is, look her up. She's incredible. And she's got a great book on healing yourself, basically. And she recommends that you write down, what are your beliefs about money? What are your beliefs about love? What are your beliefs about sex? What are your beliefs about education? What are your beliefs about religion, about friendships, No, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. The things that you can look at. What are your beliefs? And then write those, pick 5 things, 5 subjects to look at what your beliefs are. I challenge you to make sure one of them is money, because that is highly charged subject for so many people. And so many people have negative limiting beliefs regarding money and the flow of it. Money is energy. So I challenge you to do this also this next week. 5 subjects. Write down everything you can think of that you were taught about that subject. We'll talk about money. I was told it was hard to come by. I was told you had to work super, super, super hard, and it was limited, and yeah, very limiting beliefs. So look at that. Ask yourself honestly, does this belief serve me? Is this belief going to get me where I want to be? Is this going to help me achieve the goals that I set out or not? If it is, then keep it. If it does not, then don't keep it. Try to catch yourself whenever that limiting belief appears. I no longer believe that money is hard to come by. I believe money is easy to come by. We have to allow it, allow the flow, and believe that we are worthy of having money flow into our life in great abundance. And that it is to be used for greater good to provide services for others. It's not about getting a bunch of money so I can bunch of expensive things. It's not about that. Having money flowing is about energy exchange and having that integrity, having that heart of desire to help others. I believe that opens up the flow. When we step into alignment with creativity and with the path that we came here to be on, and the service that we came here to do, when we become in alignment, the money flows. Things fall into place. People come out of the woodwork to help elevate and support our path. When we are on that authentic path and being true to ourselves. So I have changed my views on money. And that was a great exercise to go through. As I mentioned before, Navigating the Inner Matrix is also an incredible program through Shireen Kara. And I just finished my second time of doing the forgiveness practice. And if you've not done that, I highly recommend that you do it. And if you want to know more about that, I would be more than happy to tell you, or look it up on ShireenKara.com, because there is profound, and I do mean profound, things that come up for you to release when going through the forgiveness practice. And it's 7 days, and you have to be committed and disciplined to do it every day for 7 days, or you have to start over. It really does take that 7 days of being consistent to loving yourself, consistent to being committed to your progress, your evolution, your spiritual involvement, your ascension, your awakening. Doing that forgiveness practice helps with all of the above. And it helps to release some of those chains that we bind ourselves with. And so I highly recommend that you check that out. So your homework. I love you. It's not really homework, but something I really challenge you to do this next week. Self-reflection. Think about how far you've come in the last week, in the last month, in the last 6 months, in the last year. Pick a topic that you've been working on, whether it's a creative project, it's your health, whether it's your physical, whether it's your spirituality, mindfulness. Maybe you set a goal to want to read a book a month and you've done that, or you've done close to that. I want you to find something to celebrate and then let me know so I can celebrate it with you. I want to know what your achievements have been. I want to celebrate you with you. I had a blast celebrating with Shri this morning how far I've come in balancing and releasing some of my limiting beliefs and the things that I was holding on to last September that I'm not holding on to anymore, or that there's a very small amount of residual habitual belief system that I'm working to continue to release. Yay, it's a celebration. The fact that you are here on this earth, you are a master. You have so many gifts and talents that the world needs because there is no one else like you. There is no one that was created exactly like you with your perspectives, your unique gifts and talents, your unique journey that you've had on this life so far. It is valuable. It is worth telling other people. It can help others. It can give other people hope. It can give other people inspiration. And it can give other people comfort to know that they are not alone in their struggles. They're not alone on their journey. And that if you can do it and be where you are today and come as far as you've come, together we are better. Together we can hold each other's hand and tell each other, you've got this. I see you. I believe in you. I know you can do whatever you are wanting to do. You can be whatever you want to be. You can have unlimited abundance and serve in the manner you desired to when you came into this physical body. It's a matter of remembering your magnificence, remembering who you are and what you came here for. And I am excited to see all the incredible things that you do and create and share. So, next week, I will be coming live from Boise. I'm super excited to be over there next week. And we'll see if I can get someone. I had somebody scheduled for next week, but she had to reschedule for a later date. So we'll see if I can grab somebody over there. If not, I have other things to talk with you about. I had wanted to pull some cards today, but ran out of time. I have these wonderful Moonology cards that I just love. They have such great messages on them, as well as the cards of clarity from Shri and Kara. And I do want to start incorporating that. I'd like to do that at least once a month to discuss the energies of the upcoming month. For August, it is a big month. It is a big month energetically. We have the Lion's Gate on 8/8 coming up. So pay attention to that. We'll talk more about that next week. And I will also try to tap in between now and the channel the energies for August so that you know kind of what August is going to be about. But taking this week to do that self-reflection, that planets are in alignment of support for that, with 5 of them and the moon being in Aquarius. I want you to take a moment just for you. Look at how far you've come and celebrate. Light a candle, do a dance, sing a song, whatever brings you joy. Go swing on the swing set, play, enjoy life, and allow your creativity through you, because you have ideas and creations inside of you that are bursting, waiting to come out. And only you can bring them forward. So, in the meantime, drink lots of water, eat living foods, support your body, ask your body, be mindful, love yourself more, appreciate yourself more. Say thank you to your body. Say thank you for the clean, healthy, living water that you have, for the clean, healthy, living foods that you consume. Say thank you for Shri and Kira, for this community, for each one of you. Have a fantastic week. Work on making your dreams come true and celebrate how you have come. Until next week, I am sending you so much light and love. And I hope you have the most incredible week. Namaste. I love you.